And when it comes to crying for Abu Abdullah al-Hussain, just to mention a few points, a lot of people criticize us a lot by saying, it happened such a long time ago, why are you still crying? You're only supposed to cry 3 days when somebody dies, then after that you're not allowed to cry. When we respond back to these people that throw accusations towards us, especially when it comes to our Muharram rituals and our Muharram rites and our way of performing Azadari and remembering the remembrance of Abu Abdullah al-Hussain, we answer firstly from the Quran, then we answer from the Hadith. Then we take up historical facts, then we use logic and we present our answer. You're only supposed to cry for 3 days. Imam Hussain died 1400 years ago. Why are you guys still crying? Let's pick up the Quran. Surah Yusuf. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala narrates a story. What does he say? He says that Yusuf alayhi salam was still alive, but he was just separated from his father Yaqub alayhi salam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent an angel to Nabi Yaqub saying, do not worry, your son Yusuf is still alive. Even though Nabi Yaqub knew his son Yusuf was still alive, he cried profusely. To the extent that the Holy Quran, this isn't even a hadith, this isn't even some story that we're making up. This is the word of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The Holy Quran in Surah Yusuf says that Nabi Yaqub cried so much from the separation of his son Yusuf that the black in his eyes turned white. The black in his eyes turned white. Imagine how much you have to cry. Imagine how much you have to cry that the blackness in your eye turns white. Yet his son was still alive. He knew he was alive. He knew he was safe. But just the separation from his son caused our Prophet Yaqub to cry so much that he went blind. And then we ask, they say that there was a few individuals that came to our fourth Imam, Imam Sajjad alayhi salam, and they said to him, "Oh Imam, Karbala happened so many years ago, why do you still cry?" At that moment, Imam Zain al-Abidin said, "I saw 17 of my Yusufs slaughtered in front of my eyes. How can you ask me, how do I not cry? When I saw my auntie Zainab's veil snatched from her head, how do you expect me not to cry? When my 4-year-old sister Sakina, when she was crying in the dungeons of Sham to such an extent, they say that how did Sakina die? Sakina didn't die of natural causes. She didn't die from just an all of a sudden heart attack. She died from suffocation of breathing. She choked so much so that when she saw the head of Abu Abdullah al-Hussain, she collapsed and fell unconscious. How do you expect me not to cry?" Then they say, "Why do you guys go to the shrines of Imams and touch the shrines? Why do you kiss the shrines? Why do you kiss the doors that are entering into the shrines?" We have a couple of answers for that, but the first one, again we go back to the Quran. We are saying that this shrine holds the body of Abu Abdullah al-Hussain. This mausoleum and this masjid holds the body of Abu Abdullah al-Hussain. This door is the entrance to enter into the mausoleum towards the body of Abu Abdullah al-Hussain. If you think this holds no value, then again we pick up the Quran and we read Surah Yusuf again. What does it say? It says that Nabi Yusuf, when reunited with his 11 brothers, he says to his brothers, "Tell me about your father Yaqub." They say that our father has gone blind because he has been constantly crying over the death of his son Yusuf. Nabi Yusuf knew, these are my brothers, but they did not know this was their brother Yusuf. He was now the king of Egypt. They threw him in a well. Now he's the king of Egypt. They don't know this. So Nabi Yusuf says, "Tell me about Yaqub. How's his situation?" They say, "Our father has gone blind. He's lost his son Yusuf and he can't see anymore." So the Quran says that Nabi Yusuf takes a shirt that was touching his holy skin, gives that shirt to one of his brothers, and he says, "Go home, give this shirt to your father. Tell him to rub this shirt on his eyes, and I guarantee you that his eyesight will come back." They take this shirt, they go home, they give it to Nabi Yaqub. Nabi Yaqub rubs the shirt of Yusuf alayhi salam. Not even Yusuf himself, just a materialistic shirt that had touched the body of Nabi Yusuf. Not Yusuf himself, a shirt. that had touched the body of Yusuf alayhi salam was given to a prophet known as Yaqub. He rubbed his shirt on his eyes, and the Holy Quran says that the vision of Nabi Yaqub had all of a sudden come back. Ya Ali, the vision had come back. So we ask you that if the shirt of Nabi Yusuf can cure the blindness of Nabi Yaqub, you're telling me that when I hold the dhari of Aba Abdullah al-Hussain, when I place my cheeks on the dhari of Aba Abdullah al-Hussain, you're telling me there's no benefit from this?